Arch-federalist Guy Verhofstadt has accused Boris Johnson of delivering a recipe for chaos by securing Brexit, claiming Britons largely want to remain part of the European Union. The senior Belgian MEP, who supports a United States of Europe, hit out at the UK's withdrawal agreement as future relationship talks with the bloc risk collapsing without a deal. Mr. Verhofstadt said, Johnson sold Brexit to the public on the promise of an oven-ready deal, but all we see is a recipe for chaos. In a social media post, he insisted a European social survey showed a majority of Britons are in favour of overturning the 2016 referendum on the country's EU membership. Unsurprisingly, a huge majority of British want to rejoin, and support for the EU grows across, Mr. Verhofstadt added. According to the study, 56.8% of respondents wanted to remain or become EU members. Just 30.9% of people wanted to remain outside the bloc, and 12.3% didn't have an opinion. The fieldwork for the biennial survey was carried in 2019 before Mr. Johnson secured a landslide election victory. The majority of polls carried out in the UK ahead of the historic referendum showed Remain winning. A YouGov study on the day of the ballot claimed that 52% would support to stay in the EU. After the official count was declared, 52% of the 33.58 million Britons voted to quit the bloc. Mr. Verhofstadt's latest anti-Brexit intervention has seen him described as a bitter ex. Former Brexit Party MEP Rupert Lowe said, Verhofstadt is like the bitter ex who turns up late at night on your doorstep, drunk and dishevelled, claiming we would never succeed without them. With a clean break, Brexit Britain will leave these overpaid bureaucrats floundering behind. The only recipe for chaos is his distinct mix of arrogance, snobbery and downright stupidity. He is a dream for Eurosceptics across the continent. Never change, Guy. Ahead of next week's make-or-break trade talks, Bernd Lange, the EU Parliament's international trade chief, said both sides would have to decide when is the right time to walk away from the negotiations. In a boost for Mr. Johnson's negotiating position, the senior German MEP said Britain completing its transition out of EU rules without an agreement would not be a catastrophe. Mr. Lange told an event, it's clear that if there is no progress at one point we will have to decide that we will go ahead with the United Kingdom as a normal third country. This is not a catastrophe, we have a lot of very good relations to countries that are not part of a trade deal. He insisted the bloc had managed to continue doing business with the United States without any official free trade agreement between the two parties.